I suffered in the hands of lack of confidence until one day I did these 5 things. And that's what I want to tell you. I did what I call 5 level of comparisons. So the first level was I did physical comparison. I took the photograph of people who were successful according to what I thought success was, at least in my community, at least around me, at least in the city I was living, at least among people that I know. I took, or people I see on television, I took their pictures and took my own and compared it. And I found out that a lot of them that were successful, I was finer than them. A lot of them that were successful, my nose wasn't looking worse than theirs. My eye wasn't looking worse than theirs. I found out that my head wasn't smaller than theirs, neither was it bigger than theirs. I found out that physically they were not better than me. Yes, I may not have my legs, but of course I was compensated in other things. So I think, yeah, because I know that in class I was taking the first positions. So if I don't have my legs and I take first position, I could at least say, yes, I can augment because they also don't have what I have. So that physical comparison started making me know that it is not because they are finer or they are taller or anything. There must be something wrong, either with me or with God or with the devil or with the society. But I discovered it was more wrong with me than any of the entities I pointed out. So the second comparison I did was intellectual comparison. I tried to check, are they more intelligent than me? I tried to look at, I went to watch their speeches. I tried to find out which school did they go to and all those kind of things. Yeah, by then I've not really gone to school, the universities and all this. I don't have a PhD, but I tried to look at how old are they. I found out that by the time I should get to the edge, I should be able to do something. Yes, so I found out that intellectually I looked at some of them when they were in primary school, secondary, university, they were not doing well at all. In fact, in school, a lot of them failed and failed and failed. I never failed a class. So intellectually, I found that they were not better than me. So I said, something is wrong, not with these entities, but probably with me. Then I looked around again. The third comparison I did was geographical comparison. Okay, I looked at the people in Europe and the Americas. Oh, their geography may be a little better than ours. But you see, they have a lot of disasters and a lot of, natural disasters and issues that we don't have here. But I also think that if I look around very well, which I did, I found that there are a lot of people who were successful in our climb. And I found out that geographically, that my climb wasn't the worst. I did another comparison. I compared professions. I found out that in every profession, people were being successful. In every profession, I found out in the city I was, those who used bicycle repairs to build big houses. I found out those who were vulcanizers and they were, sending all their children to school and they were riding cars. I found out mechanics who were doing so well. I found out school teachers who were doing well. And so I found out that it wasn't just in profession. Granted, some profession may be easier to make more money than others, but I found out that people were making money in every profession. They were living nice. Yes, the fifth one, which was the major problem I had, was the spiritual comparison. Yeah, because of my background, yeah, my Christian faith and my family background, it was as if you are not prospering, you are not righteous. If you are righteous, you prosper. And I think I was righteous by every standard. I saw my friends who were doing things I can't even contemplate. They were prospering and I wasn't. Yes, I found out that the spiritual comparison wasn't also true. I saw sinners prosper. I saw righteous people suffer. I saw sinners die. I saw righteous people die. I found out that it may not 100% be the issue of what? Of your righteousness or holiness or whatever. Now, why righteousness and holiness are good in itself? Because even if there were no God, even if there's no God in heaven, righteousness, holiness, good life, being a good person, loving your neighbor, not cheating your neighbors, being nice to your community, they cannot be outdated. So I found out that in spite of even the spiritual value of spirituality, yes, that a lot of people who were sinners, according to my own estimation, were prospering. So I decided that there must be some other thing that I needed to do or to know. And I started looking for that. I call these success algorithms. For every single person who I think was successful, I will study the person to see what algorithm is the person using to become successful. And I found out truly that there are algorithms for the successful people. I mean, successful people who succeeded the right way, and an algorithm for, the poor people. And I started looking at them. Poor people, they love entertainment, they don't love education, they love to amass degrees, they don't want to functionalize their degrees, they love to save, they don't think of investing, they love to complain, they don't like execution, they don't see opportunities, they complain about everything, they explain to everybody, they give excuses about everything and all those. So I started seeing those patterns, and those patterns I started working on myself. They don't take responsibilities and all those kinds of things. I started working on myself, I started working on myself, and it didn't take long. I started seeing the result. I found out that the more I execute, the more possibility of me winning. The more I, enhance opportunities, the more I try to make use of opportunities, the more I create a probability for success. The more I talk to more people, the more people that can buy from me emerge. The more I try to sell, the more I create more product, the more I see people who want to buy from me. The more I show up, the more I know I found out that I'm noticed. Yeah, I started algorithmizing these things. And before you know it, the results started showing. What's the point? The point is very simple. There are algorithms for success, and thinking can help you do that.